Our next reader will be Sondra Morin. She's a small-town New Englander at heart and a longtime proponent of DIY publishing and collaboration. Last year, she self-released a poetry chapbook, Inviting the Expanse, under the newly conceptualized Radical Snail Press. Her poems and short stories have appeared or are forthcoming in Curbside Splendor, the Logan Square Literary Review, Two with Water, Visa Tergo, and Word on Wednesday, Anthology 7. Currently, Sondra can be found working on a collection of prose vignettes concerning cemeteries and posting to her blog titled Snails Are Good for the Environment Too. Please welcome Sondra Morin.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, everyone, for coming this evening. I'm going to read a series of poems. Some have something to do with cemeteries. A lot of them have something to do with summer, so not so much winter. The first one is titled Aotearoa. I like silver, she said. It's Maori, he said, from the South Pacific. Twisted into fish hooks, sometimes spirals. It means eternity. Or infinity. The second poem is titled Decoration Ansel. Decoration Ansel. Did you see the decoration? Hubcap hanging from a crowbar resting on the guardrail above the river. The night I dreamed of Ansel. He told me we were extractions. Or I told him. This next one is called Best to Leave a Note in the Morning. The yellow moon is full beside a race of bicycles, beside the only hill in the city. We raced down it, and Matt said it was kind of like swimming. We took our helmets off, trying to believe him. We basked in the hours our tires couldn't have made it, surprised by the exhilaration when they did. We hit the water running along its long, outstretched hand, demanding the evening take a course down Logan Boulevard, where I found you laughing against tiki lights, margaritas in our hands. This night is like all others, wrapped in the warmth of knowing that there is knowing, that our coffee shops will be leaving soon, and that we'll find revival in their departure. And the streets that were ours held our hands when we knelt over the river, searching for violets in autumn, have taken their own course of warning. Don't turn back, and don't look back again. Find another. We are taken in the stride of an open window. The breeze hits our face, and we collapse in the grass, landing in the shade of another Chicago summer. This one is very new. It is a week old new. My apartment is pink, Monday sunset. The paint splashes, first fuchsia, then orange, then sunshine. Then you said you would be the cloud in my sky. Dusk by dusklight, these visages are saviors arranged in running patterns, so our feet can plant sunflower after aster, gangly stalks at our heels, reach for the sequins, and the setting becomes locked in our toes, a place where our bodies find time to wiggle and the ominous hang tangentially suspended in late evening, when the hats chase our belongings across bed springs and chrysalid into butterflies. monarchs of the Midwest. We can still be anything. In this darkness, we can still be sky. This one moves a little bit into fall. On Shoe Factory Road, I folded your clothes wrong. In the careless mornings, tendrils of starlight and scarlet, a promise to dress like autumn. We confessed we were going, but never tied knots around where. When making maps and happiness, I dreamed I erased the names of the capes you wore blue on the day the color was sweater and buttons. Grandfather's vest sewn for me on the eve of the coat she claimed, and I kissed you. Where what words I lose track but the book? On your body, I never stopped finding beautiful. This is a poem by a poet by the name of Bob Hicok. It is a very Midwestern poem, which is why I like it. And it's also winter-ish. A primer. I remember Michigan fondly as the place I go to be in Michigan. The right hand of America waving from maps, or the left pressing into clay a mold to take home from kindergarten to mother. I lived in Michigan 43 years. The state bird is a chained factory gate. The state flower is Lake Superior, which sounds egotistical, though it is merely cold and deep as truth. A Midwesterner can use the word truth, can sincerely use the word sincere. In truth, the Midwest is not mid or west. When I go back to Michigan, I drive through Ohio. There is off I-75 in Ohio a mosque. So life goes corn, 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 mosque. I wave at Islam. Which we're not getting along with on account of the towers as I pass. Then Ohio goes corn, 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 billboard, goodbye Islam. You never forget how to be from Michigan when you're from Michigan. It's like riding a bike of ice and fly fishing. The Upper Peninsula is a spare state in case Michigan goes flat. I live now in Virginia, which has no backup plan, but is named the same as my mother. I live in my mother again, which is creepy. But so is what the skin under my chin is doing. Suddenly there's a pouch like marsupials are needed. The state joy is spring. Osiris, we beseech thee, rise and give us baseball, is how we might sound were we Egyptian in April, when February hasn't ended. February is 13 months long in Michigan. We are a people who by February want to kill the sky for being so gray and angry at us. What did we do, is the state motto. There's a day in May when we're all tumblers, gymnastics is everywhere, and daffodils are asked by young men to be their wives. When a man elopes with a daffodil, you know where he's from. In this way, I have given you a primer. Let us all be from somewhere. Let us tell each other everything we can. And I have 2 poems left. Again, that was a primer by Bob Hicok. This poem is called Rose Petals. Shot glass, burgundy, a faucet running over time. Dark room, barroom stools in a thick gray haze, enveloping loveliness. A story hiding itself, a story avoiding itself. Chair swivel left, then right. Conversation best like beer, dry and cold. Near dawn, drive home, slick streets reeling. Swerve left, then right, out of night, black into morning, eyes closed tight, coffin oak and tireless. Rose petals, settled upon dew, settled upon grass. The way we dress ourselves in satin, the way we prepare ourselves, just in case it's love. This last poem is called Where the Horseshoes Were, and it is set in my grandmother's garden. Where the horseshoes were. My grandfather changes the subject, talks about sweet peppers, tells me never plant them near the hot peppers, talks about dominant hybridization, teaches me the difference between early and late tomatoes, the grabbing beans and woodchucks that can't get to the carrots, tells me the carrots have grown so much since we weeded them last Saturday, says you did that, as I cower under stalks of rhubarb, water shipped down everywhere. Danger in every bud of radish, cabbage a trap. We didn't talk about the rains that week, or the zucchini that should have blossomed by now, or how many more summers the soil can be tilled, how long before the clover takes over. 75 years of gardening experience, and my grandfather looks at me and he says, "Let me show you the pumpkins." Blue eyes like mine in the sun. "What are you staring at?" he asks. "You won't find them standing there by the dill." And your mother tells me, "You have eaten all the sweet pickles I canned for you last August."